Hello Cancer, my name is Megan and welcome to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like and comment on this video if it just happens to resonate with you. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the person that is on your mind. So let's go ahead and get into it, Cancer. The person that is on Cancer's mind. What messages do they need to hear? Are they needing to know? Let's find out. What's going on with Cancer? Okay. There's some frustration because it looks like you're very, very physically attracted to somebody, but they're making you sort of a smaller offer, and you're kind of wondering, well, why is this, right? And then we have the Page of Cups, so we have the Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. It's like this person's not really moving forward with the Chariot card reverse. There you could be dealing with a Cancer. They're not really moving forward with that really passionate energy, which is what you're sort of on the lookout for, Cancer. And I feel like that's frustrating you a little bit within this connection. My readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. I forgot to say that. Yeah, it's like, I feel like you're trying to get the courage or the strength to say something about this because it's actually making you sad at this point. Just the fact that this person isn't really stepping up to the plate and making you any sort of significant offer. That's sort of driving you a little bit bonkers here, for lack of better terminology. We do have Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yeah, I'm getting that you may be feeling like maybe this connection wasn't a good idea to begin with. King of Pentacles reversed. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or somebody who has that heavily aspected within their chart. But what I'm getting from this is they're not taking action because this person, money's very important to them. And I don't really see them taking action, but it really has nothing to do with you. They're really trying to get into their Nine of Pentacles energy to just feel like okay and calm when it comes to this person's finances. I do feel like you're dealing with somebody who's very materialistic as well. Could also be a little bit selfish. That could be why their offerings are minimal, to say the least. But at the end of the day, you know, if someone's not making you offers which you feel are valid to your worth and what you feel you deserve, and it's causing you anxiety, right? It's causing you to sort of feel like, well, what am I doing in this connection anyway? I would say it's at least worth a conversation, right? About, you know, because this person's looking to be very financially successful, but in the process, I am seeing that they're very materialistic. They could make really, really irrational, steep decisions with their finances and then regret it later, and then it's like later they have to figure out how to accumulate more funds, essentially is what I'm getting. How does this person feel about Cancer at the deepest level, though? They feel like you're a soulmate. They feel like you're a soulmate that they can't give to right now. It's like right person, wrong time. I hate that phrase, but that is the energy that I'm getting. You're a wish come true for this person. This person, if anything, you really motivate this person to want to get very financially successful. But again, it's like when it comes to finances and things of that nature, this person has a tendency to be very irresponsible. The Four of Coins reversed. This person has a very hard time holding on to money. They're careless with it. They're sort of, they very well could be a life path 8, right? As I say that, we have the 8 of Wands reverse, though, right? So again, like it's like they jump in. When they have money, they jump in, all in, full-fledged. They like spend it all or they invest it all, and then they end up sort of in this Page energy of, uh-oh, what have I done here? And then so this person's real focus isn't necessarily on love, although they do have a lot of love for you. They're just trying to be abundant and whole again because they've made so many mistakes due to their either errors that they've made within their career sector, or honestly, this person kind of gives me the vibe that they like had authority at one point, or they have authority and they kind of took it for granted, started overspending, all of that sort of thing. For many of you, I'm getting this person, or you may be a life path 7 or born on a 7 day. Whoever's feeling kind of more anxious here, that's sort of what I'm getting. Doesn't have to be. 9 is the number, if you see the 9 right there, 9 is the number of completions in numerology. This person's trying to put close the chapter on their days of being financially irresponsible, because this person, I do feel like they have earth elements heavily aspected within their chart, like I said. And since they do have that, so heavily, it's almost the feeling of this person's always going to be uncomfortable unless they can learn to control their impulses when it comes to money. How does this person, also your person could be born on a 8-day or be an 8 life path. 8 is the number of money, but it's also the number of karma. If you look at it, it's an infinity symbol. And a lot of people with 8 energy, they have abundance in life and then they don't. That, they tend to go all in. That's their tendency. So you very well could be dealing with somebody who has 8 energy, and that's why they have such a hard time sort of balancing out their sort of financial sector here. For how they view you, they wish that they could be better for you. Emperor reverse, you could be dealing with an Aries. They wish that they could be better for you because how they view you is the Queen of Pentacles. They wish that they could be better in this area of their life so that they could actually give you what you deserve, but instead it's like they take chances. They could have a real serious gambling problem or other addictions that get in the way of this connection as well. But it's like with that Emperor reverse card there, Queen of Pentacles upright, this person really wants to be able to give you what they can, but unfortunately they're not in the vibration right now to be able to do that. And that's why if they're making smaller offers or not really offers at all or not taking a lot of action, it's because they don't feel good enough, literally, financially. They feel like they were very, very reckless here in the past. What is this person's... Okay, what was this person going to go towards, Cancer? Let's see if we get this figured out, right? Because I'm always of the belief, I understand money's important and it can come into play with relationships, but a lot of men tend to do this. They won't necessarily settle down, even if they've met the right woman. They won't, there's no gender in tarot, I'm just kind of talking side note. A lot of men feel like they have to have it all together, perfectly organized, their finances before they'll even think about sort of dating. And for any men out there watching, that's a mindset that maybe you want to try and get out of, because you always want to meet your person. If it's the right timing and all of that, it's always better kind of to meet your person as you're making it and build that together, right? Dave Portnoy would be a great example of that. Him and his ex-wife built Barstool Sports up from the ground up, and to this day, he's like, she has access to my bank account. Nope, she was with me when I was coming up. So he will always trust her because of that. But a lot of men get stuck in these ideologies of, I have to have my finances and everything in order just right before I step into that next phase of my life. Well, by the time they hit that next phase of their life, someone like you who they really want, they love how stable and sturdy you are, I'm getting. And you're very, homey. They love that. You could love candles as well. But once those same exact men end up getting that sort of stability, well, then they have to come to terms with the fact of, well, but I've lost every person I've wanted. Now I have to settle, right? Because they wait too long. Many, many men do this. So any men out there watching, they don't go hand in hand. You don't have to have everything figured out to meet your person. Because if it's your person, the person that the universe has picked out for you, your person, no karmics, nothing like that, your person, the one that you're meant to be with, they're going to come up with you. You know what I mean? So, and quite frankly, Cancer, this person, if they're not in the mindset of that, then they are just going to end up hurting you, because if they can't give you what they want, or if they can't learn to control themselves here, then it makes me as a reader a little bit afraid of, what are they irresponsible about? If they're irresponsible with money, possibly gambling issues, what else could they be irresponsible about and not necessarily having the best character with? So it looks like this person is just not really in a place right now, but it really does have nothing to do with you. It's just about their financial abundance and them not feeling good enough, and that's not something that you can really change. But let's get some advice for Cancer. What's some advice for Cancer in dealing with this person? Yeah, it's like you see this person is marriage material, but they're just not in a place to make that offer, and it kind of breaks your heart a little bit. I do feel like with the Justice card, you could be dealing with a Libra, but with that 3 of Wands reverse, I feel like you're done waiting. There's a sense of being done waiting here, because with this Queen of Pentacles, you do embody this energy of very stable, very sturdy. This person admires that about you. Another psychology hack is, a lot of times when we fall in love with somebody, or when we really like somebody, what we're actually liking is what we're actually feeling is that we want to be them. And I know that that sounds so weird. It's like, huh? But you know, I've dated people where later on after it ended, I had to ask myself, well, what did I truly like about this person? What did I didn't? You know, that whole healing process. And a lot of the times it was, I really liked what they did and being around it and learning about it. And, you know, I wanted to be them in a sense, in some sort of a sense. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But it, you know, I don't know why that message came out, but I don't know where I was even going with that. Anyways, it looks like you're not really waiting around for this person anymore, and honestly, the advice is kind of not to, because if this person needs to wait till everything's perfect just to make you an offer, well, by the time they wait for that, I'm not saying that this person can't manifest money or whatever they want overnight, but by the time they wait for that, you know, I'm getting the sense, Cancer, that you're going to be different. We grow, we change over time. You may not be the same person by the time this person's actually ready. And you should never, ever wait for somebody to be ready. Because if it's the person the universe has picked out for you specifically, there should be no waiting. There just shouldn't be. So that is what I have for you, Cancer. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.